morning, everyone. Today I want to talk to you about technology compatibility when hiring staff or dentists or clinicians. I think there's a video recorded before about the hygienists who cannot use emails and why it wasn't a good idea to hire them. But I want to share with you some interesting as well things that I remembered when dealing with some staff. But first, for credibility, my name is Khaled. I have been a dentist for 20 years. I own and run my dental practice, Lakeside Dental Spa in Hervey Bay in Queensland. I took from 1 chair to 10 chairs, from 3 staff members to close to 40 staff members over the course of 14 years. And you can check my details below for credibility. So I remember this, I will share with you 2 stories actually. So first one is I bought a practice without mentioning the location or where it is. And we had some interactions with the new owner, especially once all the contracts are signed and you're gonna take over the business, then we start having interactions with the current practice manager, probably for like a few weeks before our start date. Then on the first date, I walk into the practice to meet everyone and take over the business basically. Then I realized that this practice manager had a hard copy archive of everything. I'm talking about every email that's coming to the practice is printed and filed somewhere. So I'll give you an example. I will email the practice manager, can you please book a table on this restaurant for the whole entire team and the previous owner. We just want to meet everyone for dinner one night before we start. Right? Okay, I will get this booked, and yeah, all booked to confirm. This is printed and filed into a folder called outing or something, or staff meetings or staff outing. Every email that's coming to the practice has been printed and archived. Imagine when you in your emails you have your folders. All of those folders are already printed as a hard copy in a big cabinet where it has a lot of massive amount of paperwork. Now, I'm a big believer of going paper-free, and I'm still probably, I would say, at 95% or 90% of going completely paper-free in our practice. And it's not just I don't want to pretend it's the environment. The environment is, of course, one big factor, but also efficiency. I mean, the time to print documents and scan, and medical history to print and download and scan and upload, is just, it kills efficiency, and I'm a very big fan of efficiency. So I'm very big on paper-free. So imagine trying to turn this practice manager into becoming paper-free. It was a nightmare. And that's one of other reasons that probably after 1 month of taking over she resigned. It's like, I can't do this anymore, it's just too hard. And that was okay for me. I didn't have a problem with that. I believe within the first 12 months, you're gonna replace the whole team or change your team eventually. So that's one example. The other example is, I remember another practice manager we hired in a different practice many years later. And she had a 10-year experience as a practice manager. But again, I didn't probably click down more in the interview process, but it sounds like that practice manager is a very old school kind of practice manager where timesheets are on paper, pay slips on paper, everything is just on paper. Probably they go to the bank and pay stuff by checks or whatever. And on her first day, we're training her on using Xero software, online software, showing her, and sometimes I do this through videos, so I record videos for training on onboarding. So I said, here's a video, explain details, how to use Xero, how to log in, how to put staff hours and leaves and so on. If you have any problems, let me know, I can show it to you, but the way I record the videos is really easy to follow. And she got the video, and instead of getting a question or anything or feedback, I got a resignation letter straight away, like, hey, this is so complicated, I cannot do it. I'm not used to this kind of technologies. And again, luckily we managed that from day one, but I wish I picked this up on the interviews. That's why I'm sharing this with you, because it has saved us a lot of time on rejecting other applicants and onboarding and so on. So that was a wrong hire, obviously, and something I would learn, or I've learned over the years. So the reason I record this video is to remind you, when hiring, whether it's a clinician or a practice, especially managers or coordinators or staff, even dental assistant or front office, you need to gauge their technology literacy. How easy is it for them to use emails, use computers, use scanners, use mobile phones, use apps, send correspondence to patients by email and text messages and receive them, and understand the concept of going paper-free and trying to be technically savvy. And if you sense some resistance in the interview, you need to understand they might not be compatible with your practice. On the flip side, if your practice are old school, nothing against that. If you practice where, I know some practice where they have no computers or just one computer in the front desk just for emails, but all their bookings through physical books or their notes through physical notes, the x-rays are developed or whatever, there is no really softwares or anything like that, that's fine. But if you hiring someone who's very high technically savvy and they joining your team, they know might be happy, they might realize this practice is so backward for them, again, I'm not against that, and it might not be a good fit. So finding the good match technologically is very important when hiring. If you find this information helpful, make sure you like and share it with your friends and colleagues. If you want to hear more about my videos, please subscribe to my channel and you'll be notified when more videos are released. Thank you so much for listening to me. It means a lot to me.